Alright, so welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the hardest career series. So a little change of pace for this particular episode. While these tech nodes are unlocking, I've got quite a few days still. We're going to do our first passenger aircraft flight. We're going to be using the PA-1 Kitty again. That's the same aircraft we used before in the previous episode for the Barnstorm and the airfield hangars. We have 5 passengers and 1 crew. Luckily, we don't have to add anything to it. The aircraft is already complete. You can carry 5 passengers and 1 crew, not a problem. We've got to fly to the aircraft. We've got to fly the aircraft out from KSC to the desert airfield. So that's desert airfield to the west in the desert. Got to land, got to refuel, and then wait 30 seconds to rotate our passengers around, and then we head back, land, and we get rewarded. We've got 30,000 up front, 75,000 for completion, 1 size and 1 reputation. If we lose $250,000 if we crash and lose 200 reputations, we're going to be doing that. Alright, so I'm going to head into the aircraft hangar, prepare the PA-1 Kitty, roll it out, take our passengers on board, take off, and head out to the desert airfield. It's actually a launch site as well as an airfield. Alright, so passengers on board. So I've already set the waypoint. It's just so it's almost directly west of where we are. Alright. Brakes off, SCS on, full throttle. $50 meters a second, 20, 30, 40, pull back nice and gently on the stick. Alright, there we go. Shame I can't see the throttle. Right, got a nice view. This is one of the passenger compartments. As soon as we reach cruising altitude, we shall be beginning to serve duty free. If there's such a thing on Kerbal, I don't know. Got a nice view of the mountains. Even better if we hit it. Should be climbing okay. Almost at cruising altitude. Oh, got some trees. That's nice. What sort of trees they are? Okay, just over there we can see Kerbal City. That is to the southwest of the Kerbal Space Centre. We've already overflown that in the previous episode. Okay, we're just under an hour, just over 533 kilometres. So it's under 60 minutes to go. Okay, so we've got about 21 minutes remaining. So I'm going to suck us in a little bit closer to the UA point. So change the heading a little bit. Not too much. Don't be wandering too far away. I also don't be too close, so I can't turn on the runway on final approach. Okay, so we've got, as I said, that is the It's all actually part of the Western Desert. Entire area, but it's obviously Windy Bay. It looks like we've got ice or snow. It's actually just cloud cover. I know, cloud cover over a desert. Who'd have thought that? Okay, so about 20 minutes before we actually arrive. So I'm going to circle as necessary and find the best approach. Okay, just on final approach, and something else I realised, we don't have any ILS. So normally in KK airfields we have access to instrument landing system. Just realised the nearest one is 190 kilometres away. Obviously this one should be showing up for here, but it's not, because it doesn't exist. It's not been included in the Kerbal construct lineup, or Kerbal side hasn't placed them. So I have to do that manually as well. I'll do that at a later date though. For this episode I'll just place the refueling terminal. I've got plenty of food, water and oxygen. And the beauty of using the desert airfield is the fact that we can just spawn any craft we want to on this airfield directly. We don't actually need to fly to it, which is a good thing. It takes about an hour. Actually it takes just over an hour. Okay, take manual control. So we are about 2 minutes and 24 seconds away. Go for landing. Wow. Hopefully that alert was just for us. So I've actually arrived at the waypoint. No, it's Kerbal Health. Shipping equipment acquired a new quirk. Ascetic, effect 0.9 confinement factor. So it removes 10% of whatever confinement factor he actually has, which is negative, so that's actually a positive, so it reduces the negative in confined spaces. That must mean we've encountered an anomaly somewhere. Okay, so we're cleared for takeoff, but we're not going to be taking off because we have to refuel. So we're going to taxi off the runway. Just turn these lights off. Okay, obviously we don't need to get Jeb out. He's not an engineer anyway. So what we do with Kerbal constructs, if you want to place new static anywhere you want to, it's got to be, you got to be in the flight scene, like here. You tap and hold down the control, left control, and tap the K key. Okay, so obviously there's nothing here. So we need to create a new group. Okay, we'll do that in a moment. So we've got all of our squad statics. So I'll head down and find the fuel. So you can actually find it just by tapping that. So what, KSC fuel tanks. We'll try that. Yeah, it gets a bit crowded though. Just get rid of that. If it gives me it. Nope, obviously that's not it. Strange. Got fuel tanks there. Oh, they're nice. Okay, we'll use those. Obviously, do not enable colliders until you actually get a clear of your own aircraft or the buildings, so as will destroy them. So obviously I need to place some ILS as well. But I'll do that at a future point outside of recording. Just show you how to actually place these. So you just use the arrows, left click on them. Just like in the VB in the aircraft hangar with the offset tool. It's exactly the same thing. So what we do, we enable the gliders. Static will not show up as an anomaly. We don't want that. We do want it. Set group desert airfield built in. So that's fine. We don't want it to be part of the pyramids. It's that. So we click on that. So I've added it to the actual base statics from the stock game itself. So this will actually be part of those. Click facility. Just move out of the way. Facility type none. Want it to be a merchant. So I'll just set up all these fields. We need fuel. We need liquid fuel. I'll put some oxidizer in there as well. Just like the airfield hangars. Just like the airfield. The island airfield. I'll get it right in a second. Just like I set up the refueling terminal there. It's exactly the same. I'll add the facility. Mention that KSC fuel tanks. I'll split the same way. It's dessert. Because they're obsessed with snacks, aren't they? Desert. Airfield. Fuel. It won't fit it all in. No, it won't. Let me. Okay. Desert AF. That might be better. AF. Airfield Fuel Terminal. Alright, so we need to go down the list. It is quite a large list because obviously we've got Intersolar Extended, which adds its own resource, as well as the community resource pack as well. So I'm going to go down these and set them all up. Okay, that does take a while to find, but they're easy to find. You just have to scroll down them. There's a lot of resources. So we've got food, oxygen, we've got water, we've got liquid fuel and oxidizer. I'm going to say the facility is Desert Airfield Fuel Terminal. You can always come back and rename things and sort of give them a bit of a shuffle around if you're not satisfied with what they've got or where they are. But I think that's okay for now. Okay, so last thing to do is to save. I like to save it first and then save and close. And then save here as well. Make sure you always save here. Now sometimes they don't work. You have to exit the game and then come back in. We shall try. Excellent. Okay, so they'll work. Brilliant. Got to be a little bit careful last time we refuel this because we don't want too much in the tail. So where exactly do we have here? So we'll refuel it all the way to the top. We shall. Got 2.2 of food. We are still using oxygen for some reason, even though we're not actually above 5 kilometers. Weird. Very strange that. Yeah, so we use 0.1. Never mind. I've got water, 1.5. So fill right up to the top. Yeah, exactly what I keep saying. There's a slight imbalance. The fuel in the tail. If we get too much in the tail, we're pretty much a little bit too tail heavy. So it tends to tip up. But we'll carry on refueling. Till that happens, then we shall lock. I should have worked this out before. You actually size your actual fuel tanks in each part, but I didn't bother. So I'll lock that. I shall lock that. I shall bring the fuel down so it stops that and rectifies the slant there. I've got plenty of fuel. There we go. Just. Yeah, only just. A little bit more out. We should have enough fuel actually to get back. But we shall have to see. Okay. Can I put some fuel in here? Will you let me do that? I've got 120 in there. Okay, head up. I shall start the engine again. Head back onto the runway, and then we shall. We've already got clearance to leave anywhere. Can I activate? There we go. Okay, about 60 minutes before we reach KSC. And the flight has gone very well. No failures except that one air intake that failed. As I said, doesn't seem to have affected the performance of the engine, so we seem to be fine. Nope. That's okay. Okay, so we just need to cross the mountain range, just west of the KSC, and then head into landing. I will have to use the ILS, which is, when it comes into range, that's KC East, and that's Kerbinside's airport. That is Kerbin City. .74 kilometres away. Once we come into range of the KSC itself, I shall activate the ILS from here. Make a good landing, hopefully. Then disembark our passengers and collect our payment. Clear to land on KSC runway. Winds 340 at 10 to 15. So I've got the ILS actually active. So I'm going to turn SAS on. Turn the autopilot off. So ILS shows at 92 degrees, which is the heading to the runway itself. See the threshold. Yeah, a bit too much though. Okay, just about perfectly lined up. Whoa, bit of a wobble there. Okay, so at some point, like I said, I will install the ILS on the desert airfield as well. Makes it much easier to land. So it's not doing that as well. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. It causes you to lose pitch control. If you're not ready for it. Come on. Okay, SS off. Oh. Yeah. Well, see, it would be much easier with lights on the runway. But you don't get those, so you upgrade till next level. But that's that. Alright, so that's the passengers all safely delivered back to KSC. That's our first passenger aircraft flight. We've got 9.4 science, nothing gained by delivering the passengers, which is obvious. Fully recovered the aircraft, minus the fuel. No experience gain. Obviously, for some reason the tourists gain a one skill, one experience point, but obviously they're not useful. Transport V ribbon. Launching a vessel containing at least 5 tourists. So that's another ribbon for Jeb. Alright, so that's the end of this episode. So that's the first passenger flight. We've got 233,656. Read a bit first. Snacks served 5. Sickness bags used 0. Excellent. So that's great. So obviously the more sickness bags they use, the worse she was at flying. So we're pretty much perfect. So KSC Airlines thanks you for flying the friendly skies. 75,000. That's nice. 1 science, 1 reputation. Alright, so it gives us 9.4 science, 233,656. That's a nice boost to 12 funds. Alright, so that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click like. Just appreciated very much. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for this series and other series I'm going through right now and in the future. Don't forget we have Discord, we have Facebook, and we have Twitter. You find it to all those platforms on the banner on the front page of the channel. Alright, so don't forget to, if you want to leave a comment or a question, more than welcome. It may take me a while to answer them, but I do get around to them eventually. Pretty quickly, actually, to be honest. Right, so once again, thank you for watching, and as always, take care. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.